we are going to set up Java Spring with WebSphere Liberty using Docker Compose. Currently, there are no images and no containers. Here we have our Spring Framework codebase and exported MySQL file. I am going to create Docker Compose file here. I have Docker Compose version 2. Here I am going to create 3 services: DB, Apache and Maven, that is Maven build. Under database, Docker file is under DB folder. This is container name. And database port is mapped with the host port. Now for volume mapping, I am going to map SQL file inside container. So whenever new container will be created, this SQL file will be imported. And I am going to map MySQL database directory also. So our data will be persistent. Now under environment, this is MySQL root password. MySQL database name, MySQL username and MySQL password. These details I have used in the DB configuration file of the project. Under Apache, Docker file is under Apache folder. This is container name. Apache port is mapped with the host port. And the services, it will depend on DB and Maven. Under Maven service, Docker file is under Maven folder. This is container name. It will be restarted always if container is not running. This is port mapping. I am going to map 2 ports. And it will depend on database. Now I am going to create folder DB, moving this dump.sql here. And inside Docker file, I am going to pull MySQL image. Under Apache folder, I am going to move this Apache configuration file. This is virtual host. It is proxy passing into WebSphere Liberty container and service can be accessed using localhost. Inside Docker file, I am going to pull the image Ubuntu Apache 2 and copying this virtual host configuration file inside Apache container. Now I'm going to enable some module proxy and proxy HTTP. The last service, that is Maven. I'm going to move this server.xml. Here I have added these 3 attributes: feature manager, basic registry and administrator role. Role is admin. Under registry I have used username and password, and feature manager is admin center 1.0. Now creating Docker file. This is dual layer Docker image. First I am going to pull Maven 3.6.3 JDK8 Now copying code base inside container. This is our work directory where we are going to run mvn clean install. Now in the second layer, I am going to pull WebSphere Liberty image. This is compatible with Java 8. Now copying this war file which is created using mvn, I am going to copy this file inside WebSphere Liberty. The path is config drop-ins. Now I need to install Admin Center inside WebSphere Liberty container. I am using install utility. This will install Admin Center inside container. Copying this server.xml inside container. It will replace the existing file. Exposing some ports in case if we need it. Now copying codebase inside Maven folder. This is our project setup. Now I'm running Docker Compose up. Containers are created. Now first I am accessing Apache container using localhost URL. My application is up. Now I am trying to log in. Well, login is also working. It means MySQL is working fine. Now my application is up. I am also trying to access the application using WebSphere Liberty container that is running on 9080. So same application should be accessed. Okay, login page is working. Now I'm trying to. Okay, now inside my application is working fine. Now I need to access Admin Center. Admin Center is running on port 9443 and its URL is /admin center. I need to accept the warning because it is a localhost. Credentials are fine. We have used these credentials in server.xml. Okay, now I am inside Admin Center. Now I am trying to explore. This is default server. It has one application. One application is in running state. And the operations we can perform from here: start, stop and restart. This is monitor section. If you see the configure section, here we can configure. There are two configuration files. This is our server.xml that we have replaced. This is source of the file. And if you want to see the UI, this is UI section. Last three parameters that we have added in our server.xml. So that's how you can configure Java Maven Spring using WebSphere Liberty. This is our complete Docker Compose file. I hope this tutorial will help you. Thank you for watching.